The Chen family reunion happened every summer at Grandpa's lake house. 70 relatives crammed into one property, comparing careers, bragging about children, judging silently. I sat on the dock, laptop balanced on my knees, monitoring server loads for the latest feature rollout. Maya's doing that internet thing again, I heard Aunt Marie tell my mother. Just sitting there staring at her screen. It's addiction. Mom sighed loudly enough for me to hear. I've tried talking to her. She won't listen. I was 28 years old, financially independent, and running one of the fastest-growing tech platforms in the world. But to my family, I was just wasting time on the internet. Maya! Uncle David shouted from the house. Get in here. We're celebrating Jason. I closed my laptop and walked inside. The entire family was gathered in the living room, surrounding my cousin Jason like he'd won the lottery. Jason was 22, fresh out of college, wearing khakis and a button-down shirt with the sleeves rolled up. Tell everyone again, Aunt Marie beamed. About your position. Jason stood straighter. I got an internship at Morgan Stanley. Investment banking division. It's only 3 months, but if I perform well, they might offer me a full-time analyst position. The room erupted in applause. Now that's success, Grandpa said, nodding approvingly. Morgan Stanley. Real company. Real career path. What's the salary? Uncle David asked. The internship pays $1,500 a week, Jason said proudly. If I convert to full-time, starting salary is $85,000. More applause. More congratulations. That's what education gets you, Aunt Marie said. 4 years of hard work, good grades, networking. Jason did everything right. Mom looked at me pointedly. Some people understand the value of traditional career paths. Maya went to college too, my younger cousin Lisa offered. Computer science, right? And wasted it, Uncle David said. Could have gotten a good job at Google or Microsoft. Instead she's doing... What exactly are you doing, Maya? I run a social platform, I said. Social media, Aunt Marie translated dismissively. Like posting on Instagram all day. That's not a job, honey. That's procrastination. I built a platform, I corrected. I don't post on it. I created it. Oh, one of those app things, Uncle David said. My friend's kid tried that. Lost everything. Apps don't make money unless you're Mark Zuckerberg. I'm not trying to be Mark Zuckerberg, I said quietly. Good, because you're not, Aunt Marie said. He's a billionaire. You're living in a studio apartment in San Francisco paying ridiculous rent to play on computers. I have a 2-bedroom, I said. And I own it. Mom laughed. Maya, please. You can't afford a 2-bedroom in San Francisco. Stop making things up to compete with Jason's success. I'm not competing. That's the problem, Grandpa interrupted. You should be competing. Jason has ambition. Direction. Yev. What? A hobby. My phone buzzed. Text from my co-founder Alex. We just hit it. 1 billion active users. Congratulations, boss. I stared at the screen. 1 billion. We'd projected hitting the milestone next month, but exponential growth in Asia had accelerated everything. Maya, are you even listening? Mom asked. Sorry, what? I asked what you do all day, Mom said. Specifically. Because from what we can tell, you just sit at home on your laptop. I manage product development, oversee engineering teams, handle investor relations and... Investor relations, Uncle David repeated skeptically. Who's investing in your little app? Sequoia Capital, Andreessen Horowitz, Tiger Global, I said. Among others. Silence. Then laughter. Those are real venture capital firms, Jason said uncertainly. Like actual major players. I know who they are, I said. Sure you do, Aunt Marie said. And I'm sure they're very interested in your social media hobby. Maya, this is getting embarrassing. Making up stories about investors and platforms. I'm not making anything up, I said. Then show us, Uncle David challenged. Prove it. What's this platform called? ConnectSpace, I said. More silence. Lisa pulled out her phone. Wait, ConnectSpace. The messaging app. It's not just messaging, I said. It's an integrated communication platform. Messaging, video calls, file sharing, collaborative workspaces. I use ConnectSpace, Lisa interrupted, staring at her screen. Like every day. For school projects and chatting with friends. It's huge. Lots of people use it, I said simply. How many? Jason asked, suddenly interested. I checked my phone again. Alex had sent the official numbers. 1,247,893 active users as of 3:47 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. About 1 billion, I said. The room went completely silent. Then Aunt Marie laughed. 1 billion users. Right. Maya, you're not Mark Zuckerberg, remember? We just established that. I never said I was, I said. I'm Maya Chen. I built ConnectSpace. And yes, we just passed 1 billion active users. That's impossible, Uncle David said. If you had built something that big, we'd know about it. It would be in the news. You'd be famous. I am in the news, I said. Tech news. Industry publications. Just not the news you read. Mom stood up. Okay, this has gone far enough. Maya, I don't know if you're delusional or just seeking attention, but these fantasies need to stop. My phone buzzed again. Alex, Tech Innovation Awards ceremony starts in 20 minutes. You still watching the live stream? I looked at my family. At Jason in his intern khakis, being celebrated like he'd cured cancer. At Aunt Marie's pitying face. At Uncle David's dismissive smirk. There's an awards ceremony in 20 minutes, I said. The Tech Innovation Awards. Live streamed on YouTube. They're announcing Platform of the Year. You should watch. Why would we watch that? Aunt Marie asked. Because ConnectSpace is nominated, I said. And I'm accepting the award if we win. You're accepting, Uncle David repeated flatly. Personally. I'm the founder and so, I said. So yes. Me personally. I walked back to the dock before anyone could respond. Build up. 20 minutes later I was back on the dock, laptop open, watching the live stream. The Tech Innovation Awards were the Oscars of Silicon Valley. Prestigious, widely viewed, impossible to fake. Behind me I heard footsteps. Lisa sat down next to me. Is it true? She asked quietly. You really built ConnectSpace? Yes. That's insane. Everyone at school uses it. It's like bigger than Discord. How did you? When did you? 4 years ago, I said. I saw a gap in the market. Existing platforms were either too complex or too simple. I wanted something intuitive but powerful. So I built it. By yourself. At first, yes. Then I brought on Alex as co-founder. Then we hired engineers, designers, support staff. Now we're 280 employees. Lisa stared at me. And your family doesn't know? They know I do something with computers. They decided it wasn't real and stopped asking questions. That's crazy, Lisa said. You're like actually successful. More successful than anyone here. Success looks different to different people, I said. To Aunt Marie, success is Jason's internship. To me, success is building something that helps 1 billion people communicate. Can I watch the awards with you? Lisa asked. Sure. We watched the live stream together. The ceremony opened with highlights from the year: breakthrough technologies, innovative startups, industry disruptors. Then the awards began. Best new AI application went to a healthcare startup. Best developer tools went to a coding platform. Best enterprise solution went to a cloud infrastructure company. Then the host, a well-known tech journalist, announced, "Our next category is Platform of the Year, recognizing exceptional achievement in building technology that connects people globally." This year's nominees represent the cutting edge of communication technology. The screen showed 5 platforms: a video conferencing tool, a professional networking site, a gaming communication platform, an education collaboration system, and ConnectSpace. ConnectSpace, the host said, has experienced explosive growth, reaching 1 billion active users this week, making it one of the fastest-growing platforms in history. Lisa grabbed my arm. 1 billion. You weren't lying. I don't lie, I said. More footsteps behind us. I turned. Mom, Aunt Marie, Uncle David, Jason, and half the family reunion were standing on the dock, phones out, watching the same live stream. Is that your platform? Mom asked, voice shaking. Yes, I said. On screen, the host continued. ConnectSpace founder Maya Chen started the company 4 years ago with $15,000 in savings. Today, ConnectSpace is valued at $18 billion and serves users in over 150 countries. Uncle David's phone slipped from his hands, clattering on the dock. 18 billion? Jason whispered. And the winner of Platform of the Year is? The host opened an envelope. ConnectSpace. The audience in the ceremony erupted in applause. The livestream camera cut to someone in the audience standing up. A young woman in a business suit walking toward the stage. Me. Wait, Aunt Marie said. You're there? You're at the ceremony? That was recorded yesterday, I said. I'm accepting the award now on the stream. Revelation. On screen, I walked onto the stage, shook the host's hand, and accepted a crystal trophy. Thank you so much, my recorded voice said through my laptop speakers. This award belongs to the entire ConnectSpace team. 280 incredible people who believed in the vision of making communications seamless, secure, and accessible to everyone. My family stood frozen on the dock watching. 4 years ago, I was working from a studio apartment in San Francisco, coding 18 hours a day, living on instant ramen and hope. People told me the market was saturated. That Facebook and WhatsApp had already won. That I should get a real job at an established company. Several relatives flinched. But I saw something they didn't. I saw that people wanted control over their communication. They wanted privacy without complexity. Power without confusion. So I built ConnectSpace to be exactly that. The camera showed the audience. Hundreds of tech executives, investors, and founders, giving a standing ovation. Today we serve 1 billion active users across 150 countries. We process over 10 billion messages daily. We've facilitated countless friendships, business partnerships, and human connections. And we're just getting started. I paused on screen holding up the award. To everyone who told me to give up, to get a traditional job, to stop wasting time on internet things, thank you for the motivation. You showed me exactly what not to listen to. The audience laughed and applauded again. And to young founders watching this, Screen Maya said, ignore the doubters. Build what you believe in. The people who can't see your vision will mock it until it's undeniable. Then they'll pretend they believed in you all along. I walked off stage to thunderous applause. The livestream cut back to the host. Maya Chen, founder and CEO of ConnectSpace, an inspiration to entrepreneurs everywhere. I closed my laptop and turned to face my family. Nobody spoke. Finally, Jason found his voice. You built ConnectSpace. Yes. Resolution. The rest of the reunion was awkward. People who'd ignored me suddenly wanted detailed conversations about ConnectSpace. Relatives who'd mocked me suddenly remembered they'd always believed in my potential. I kept my answers brief and polite. Jason cornered me before dinner. Can I ask you something? Sure. Do you have internships at ConnectSpace? I looked at him carefully. Are you asking because you're genuinely interested in tech or because of what you learned today? Jason had the decency to look uncomfortable. Both? I am interested in tech. But yeah, knowing you built ConnectSpace makes it more real. We have a summer internship program, I said. Competitive. About 2% acceptance rate. If you're interested, apply through our website like everyone else. You wouldn't put in a word for me? No, I said simply. If you get in, it'll be on your own merit. I don't do nepotism. Even for family? Especially for family, I said. You just spent the entire reunion celebrating an internship I could buy the entire division of. If you want to work at ConnectSpace, prove you deserve it. Jason nodded slowly. Fair enough. Mom found me on the dock again that evening. Your father and I have been talking. About what? About how badly we've treated you. How we dismissed your work. How we prioritized conventional success over innovation. Hey, I said. We want to make it right, Mom said. We want to understand your company. See your office. Meet your team. Why? I asked. So you can finally believe what you saw on a live stream? I don't need you to understand ConnectSpace, Mom. I needed you to believe in me when I had nothing but an idea. You didn't. That's done now. We're your parents, Mom said, tears forming. We love you. You love the successful version of me, I said. The billionaire CEO on an award stage. You didn't love the version sitting at family reunions working on her laptop. That version embarrassed you. That's not fair. It's accurate, I said. Every reunion for 4 years, You apologized to relatives about my internet addiction. You suggested I get a real job. You celebrated Jason's internship announcement more than you ever celebrated anything I did. Mom wiped her eyes. What can I do? Nothing, I said. Just accept that some damage can't be undone. I'm successful despite you, not because of you. That's just reality. I left the next morning without saying goodbye to most of the family. 3 months have passed. Aunt Marie sends LinkedIn requests I ignore. Uncle David emails asking about investment opportunities in Connect Space. As if I control public offerings. Jason applied to our internship program and didn't get in. Mom calls weekly. I answer occasionally, keep conversations brief. Last week, Connect Space announced our Series E, $2 billion at a $35 billion valuation. Forbes put me on their cover. Chen, 28, built a platform that rivals Facebook. The article mentioned that I started the company while living in a studio apartment, working alone with no support from family. Mom called crying. Why would you tell them we didn't support you? Because you didn't, I said. That's not an attack. It's a fact. We could have supported you if we'd known. You knew I was building something, I interrupted. You chose to mock it instead of asking about it. Those were your choices. These are the consequences. Yesterday Grandpa sent a letter. Handwritten. Apologizing properly without excuses, acknowledging specific failures. I appreciated that. But appreciation doesn't mean forgiveness. They wanted me to stop wasting time on the internet to get a real job, to follow a traditional path like Jason. I built a platform that serves 1 billion people instead. And when they finally saw what I'd created, I'd already stopped caring whether they believed in me. That's not bitterness. That's just evolution.